Welcome back everyone to L.F.C Pulse. Liverpool's 4-0 thrashing of Bayer Leverkusen wasn't just a statement win. It was a tactical masterpiece from Arne Slot. Let's break down how his clever adjustments and a relentless attack blew Leverkusen away in the second half. Alright, let's talk about Liverpool's build-up approach in the first half. Liverpool used an interesting 5-2 structure to bring the ball out from the back. Keller stepped in between Van Dijk and Konate, essentially forming a back three to add stability and options in possession. With fullbacks Trent and Tsimikas staying deep and wide, Liverpool was able to stretch Leverkusen's press across the pitch, giving them more time to assess their options. Meanwhile, the double pivot of Gravenberch and McAllister positioned themselves centrally, ready to transition play upfield. This setup was clearly designed to draw Leverkusen out, but the plan had its drawbacks too. With the team spread across the width, Liverpool risked losing the ball in transition if Leverkusen pressed high enough. It's a calculated move, one that set the tone for a slower, more methodical first half. So, why go with a 5-2 build-up? Let's get into that. Could this shape be the secret to unlocking tougher defenses? Or does it come with the risk Liverpool might not want to take every week? Arne Slot's decision to play Luis Diaz in a more dynamic role rather than as a traditional striker was a masterstroke. As he explained, Leverkusen's Jonathan Tah is a tough, physical centre back who could easily shut down a typical number 9. Slot knew that if he used a traditional target man, Tah would be right there to neutralize him. So, instead, Slot put Diaz in a role that would let him drop into midfield or make runs in behind. This added unpredictability to Liverpool's attack, forcing Tah out of his comfort zone and creating more space for players like Salah and Gakpo to exploit. It's a perfect example of Slot tailoring his tactics to get the best out of his squad. Did Slot's clever use of Diaz give Liverpool the edge against Leverkusen's defense? Let's dive into the tactical genius behind this decision. Liverpool's second half transformation was something special. Just look at those XG numbers. A jump from 0.64 in the first half to a massive 3.48 in the second. Arne Slot clearly made the right adjustment at halftime, and Liverpool came out firing, playing with purpose and precision. This wasn't just about scoring goals, it was about taking control. They went from a cautious first half to absolutely dismantling Leverkusen's defense. And that shift is where Slot's tactical brilliance shines. But what exactly changed in Liverpool's approach to unlock such a powerful performance? Liverpool didn't just dominate on the scoreboard, they owned the pitch, especially in the second half. A quick look at Leverkusen's passing network shows a team pushed deep into its own half, struggling to make any real territorial gains. They couldn't find a foothold, which meant they were often pinned back, forced to play out of uncomfortable positions. This kind of dominance from Liverpool limited Leverkusen's attacking options and wore them down over time. It's the classic scenario where Liverpool controlled not just possession, but dictated where the game was being played. Liverpool's front three were a constant threat, firmly planted in Leverkusen's final third. This is where they truly made the difference. Mo Salah, in particular, deserves huge credit for his role in the second half. Not only did he link up brilliantly with Diaz and Gakpo, but he mixed it up too. Salah's long passes and crosses helped stretch the play and open up spaces while in tight transitional moments. He used quick vertical combinations to keep the momentum. This approach ensured Liverpool's attackers stayed connected, a stark contrast to Leverkusen's isolated front line. While Leverkusen looked disjointed and struggled to link play, Liverpool's cohesion up front kept the pressure on and maintained control. One of the standout moments of the match came from Curtis Jones, and credit has to go to Arne Slot for his role in making it happen. Jones's position was key. He found space and timing to play a stunning pass that sliced through Leverkusen's defense. It was an eye of the needle ball that broke open a well-organized backline, setting up Diaz for the opener. This wasn't just a brilliant assist, it was a game-changing moment and a highlight in what has been a stop-start career for Jones so far. A moment like this shows what he's capable of when given the right opportunity, and Slot deserves praise for recognizing that. Could this pass be a turning point in Jones's career? Leverkusen's approach to Liverpool's midfield was an interesting contrast to what we usually see from Premier League teams. Rather than trying to drag Liverpool's pivots wide to open up the central areas, Leverkusen kept their midfielders close to each other. This tactic pulled McAllister and Gravenberch inside, effectively creating a space out wide. However, while this approach might have been designed to exploit Liverpool's flanks, it also had its downsides. By pulling the pivots inward, Leverkusen lost the chance to break down Liverpool's central structure, where they might have found more success. It's a bold strategy, but one that didn't quite pay off against a Liverpool side that adapted quickly. Victor Boniface is undeniably an athletic powerhouse, but his positioning in this game raised some eyebrows. For much of the match, he was stationed more to the left, going up against Konate, essentially a battle of the bruisers. But here's the issue. Boniface is a striker who thrives on physical duels, and Konate, with his pace and power, is a tough matchup for anyone. Now, here's where it gets interesting. With Van Dijk not being at his absolute best recently, this might have been the ideal opportunity for Leverkusen to target him. Alonso should have recognized this and shifted Boniface more towards Van Dijk, who may have been more vulnerable in this matchup. Arne Slot's decision to deploy an aggressive trio up front was a game changer. By pushing Salah, Diaz and Gakpo high and wide, he effectively stretched Leverkusen's centre backs, pulling them apart and opening up spaces through the middle. This tactical maneuver left gaps that Liverpool exploited time and time again, particularly when transitioning quickly. But Leverkusen's defensive approach was naive at times. Rather than closing up shop and sitting deeper in the 5-4-1 like they did so successfully against Bayern earlier in the season, they tried to match Liverpool's intensity. That allowed the Reds to play through them, with the space in midfield and between the lines being there for the taking. Was Leverkusen's defensive strategy too bold? Let me know in the comments. Arne Slot really seems to have a Midas touch when it comes to changing games. Time and again this season, when Liverpool's been struggling, he's made the right tactical switches or substitutions to turn things around. This match against Leverkusen was just another example. Slot's adjustment at halftime helped Liverpool find their rhythm and dominate the second half. With 14 wins in 16 games, Slot's impact is undeniable. His ability to read the game and make those small, decisive changes is a huge reason why Liverpool's been so consistent this season. Arne Slot is making serious waves this season. Just look at what Liverpool has accomplished so far. Winning at Old Trafford and the San Siro, taking down the reigning Bundesliga champions, leading the Premier League after facing some of the toughest competition, and sitting comfortably at the top of the Champions League group. It's clear Slot's influence is taking Liverpool to new heights. Liverpool fans have every reason to be excited, and with Real Madrid on the horizon, the anticipation is building. Slot has turned this team into contenders on every front. Is Arne Slot building something special that could take Liverpool all the way in Europe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. In summary, Liverpool's commanding 4-0 victory over Bayer Leverkusen was a tactical masterclass from Arne Slot. From the well-structured 5-2 build-up that controlled possession to the clever positioning of Luis Diaz that neutralized Leverkusen's defense, every decision Slot made showcased his sharp tactical mind. The second half XG surge and a territorial dominance made it clear. Liverpool is a team with the resilience, adaptability, and firepower to take on Europe's elite. With 14 wins in 16 games and a top spot in both Premier League and Champions League, this Liverpool side under Slot's guidance looks primed for a thrilling season ahead. Thanks for tuning in to L.F.C Pulse. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things Liverpool. With a showdown against Real Madrid on the horizon, you won't want to miss what's next for the Reds. See you in the next one.